This is a Thunder Game Report.
Hi, I'm Randy Renner at Chesapeake Energy Arena, where the Thunder make a statement to the rest of the NBA by clobbering the league's best team. The Indiana Pacers came rolling in here with an 18-2 record. They were coming off a win last night in San Antonio over the Spurs. The Thunder would have none of it. They led from the get-go, out by as many as 29 points, and went on to cruise to a win over the Pacers, 118-94. Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook combined for 62 points. On the podium, Scott Brooks, and in the locker room, the players downplayed this as a statement game, but make no mistake, it was. Here's Scott Brooks, and then in the locker room with Thabo Sefolosha and Russell Westbrook.
Well, I thought Thabo and Perk did a great job of really setting the tone defensively in that first quarter. They anchored the defense, and Paul George is one of the best players in the league. Offensively, he's a lot to handle, but I thought we got into them early, and throughout the game was important. And then obviously Kevin had a great all-around game, and Russell had a great game all around, and just his leadership throughout the game was outstanding. I thought the defensive mindset we had from the start gave us a chance to jump on them quickly.
Arnell Mayberry, Oklahoma. Scott, what did you think of the matchup between Kevin and Paul George? I mean, it looked like it lived up to the hype to us, and did you kind of sense Kevin take on a little bit more responsibility tonight, play with more of a pep in the step almost?
I know that he played a solid basketball game. 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 36 points, got to the free throw line. We've never talked about it's going to be a KD and Paul George matchup. It was just going to be us against them like we've always done. But they both are hard players to guard. They're so versatile. They can score on so many so many spots on the floor, and they can bring the ball up the court off of a rebound. So, but we weren't looking at that as the marquee matchup. But obviously, two all-stars competing at a high level is it's great to watch.
Coach Nick Gallo, Thunder.media.com. You mentioned the defensive intensity from the start seemed not to let up. What do you attribute that to for the entire game?
Well, in my opening statement, I said Thabo and Perk. So it was, they really set the tone. Perk has been an anchor defensively for us. He understands all the coverages, and he's physical. It's not, you have to really get a good move on him for you to score on him. He's a big presence down low. And then just the intensity throughout the game. The bench came in and did a good job. I thought Reggie did a good job of leading that group with good floor play, and his ability to make some shots for us, but he also has to defend and lead that group, and he did that.
Coach John Herrick, CTV Sports in Enid. You guys obviously controlled the paint both offensively and defensively, and the Pacers pride themselves on controlling the paint. What allowed you guys to do that on both ends of the floor?
Well, we wanted to attack. We wanted to play with pace. But we have game plans every game going into. We want to do a few key things, and tonight was definitely we wanted to pick up the pace and play with more tempo, and we did that from the opening tap. Anytime we out-rebound teams, we always put ourselves in a position to win the game, and it's always we talk about winning the battle of the boards, and we did that tonight. But we play a style of play, and we want to be able to play that way and execute the game plan throughout the game. I thought the guys did a great job. They deserve the credit. We are a good defensive team, and we take pride in that. We don't necessarily have to tell the world that we are, but we take pride on defending and creating a lot of opportunities for us offensively off of our defense.
David Garrett, 107.7 The Franchise. Coach, in a runaway win like that, I know a win is a win, but what are some things that you still try to get accomplished there in the fourth quarter or with some of the starters out? Could you talk about that a little?
Well, when we still want to win the quarter. We still want to compete, and we still have guys. I always tell the guys when we're up big, we still want to play good basketball, and we don't want to play me basketball, selfish basketball. We still want to play team basketball, and they did that. 28 points, and we probably didn't do a good job of closing out on their 3-point shooters in the last 3 or 4 minutes. but we played good basketball. We moved the ball, and we still competed for one another, and that's what we do.
Darnell Mayberry, the Oklahoman. Scott, did you know going in that you could exploit them in the pick and roll with Russell Westbrook, or did that develop throughout the game, and what made that so effective?
I mean, we do things offensively that we try to create matchup issues. You know, we can set 1-3, 3-1, 1-4, 4-1, 3-4, and pick and rolls. We have a lot of combinations, and we try to utilize them throughout the game. And we know we have guys that can attack off the dribble. We have guys that set great screens. So we try to implement that into our offense, and we disguise it in certain sets. But I thought we have opportunities to attack not just them. That's just how we play. We are a defensive team, and we try to attack in transition. And then in the half court, we like to get into our pick and roll game.
Scott, as good as they've been this year, even with that, is this a matchup that you felt good about? I mean, it seemed like you had good answers, good pieces to match what they threw out there.
Well, let me just start by it is a good win. There's no question. I'm excited that we played well and from start to finish in front of our crowd. But that's their fifth game on a 5-game Western trip, and they played last night a very physical game against San Antonio. They like to run up and down the court. So they had a great win last night. So with all that being said, we still played well. We still went out and did our job, and that was compete for 48 minutes. But they're one of the best teams in the game. Their record is not by because they've played 21 or 20 other teams that are not so good. They're 18-3 for a reason. They're well coached. They play hard, and they got good players.
Mayberry, the Oklahoman. Scott, this is 2 straight games now. Kevin and Russ have really played well in the same game. Is that Russ just sort of getting his rhythm back, or are you saying that they're developing something or figuring some things out together?
Well, they've been good for a lot of years. One, and then we also have to still look at Russell. This is part of the process. This is if the month of October is our training camp, what we call the month of October our training camp, this is Russell's. He just finished up his first month of playing, so he's feeling much more comfortable out there, but he's doing a great job. He's doing his work. He's playing physical, and I mean, this is one of his better games. 13 assists, and I thought some of the turnovers that he had 5, but I thought 3 of them they should have been caught and for layups. So. I mean, he could have had a 16-assist game, but I thought he was good. He was a good floor leader for the 32 minutes that he was on the floor also, not just the scoring.
Keep it consistent the whole night.
It just takes us, being willing to do it. I think every night when we come, the way we started the game, and one guy feeds off of the next one, and we feed off the building energy, and it's a beautiful thing.
Just real quick on how good it against that team. There was a lot of hype. We know they played back to back, but does this mean anything for you guys, knowing these are 2 teams that?
I mean, listen. Every team in the NBA is good, So tonight we played a good game, and we focus on us. It don't matter really who we play against. We just want to play hard, play tough, play OKC basketball, and that's what we did tonight.
A guy like Paul George.
He's a good player, there's no doubt in that. He can do a lot of things, shoot the ball, drive to the basket. But I think tonight we did a great job, all of us defensively. Serge, Perk helped on the pick and roll and guarded their man really well. And all of us, we were really engaged from the start, and it was good.
Early in that first quarter, you got a defensive rebound, immediately pushed it down floor for a layup. Was that a big point of emphasis for you guys to get out into transition tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it is always, I think for us, to speed the game up and play and explore what we got on the first couple of seconds of the shot clock, we try to do that.
Key to you guys being so effective on the defensive end throughout tonight?
I think we just did a good job helping each other. They're a tough team. I think we did a great job of just helping each other, inside and out.
11 fast break points for you guys in the first quarter. Was that a point of emphasis tonight?
Definitely. Pace is big for us every night. I think we play at that pace. It's going to be hard for teams to stop us.
It seemed like you guys had a lot of success in the high screen and roll. What was so effective about that?
Just the speed of it. I think we did a good job of just coming off hard. We got a few moving screens, but I mean we take those with the success we was having.
few weeks ago, you kind of mentioned that your touch and timing was still a little off. Do you feel like it's fully back now?
Almost, sometimes. I just got to continue to play, continue to get better and better, and continue to try to win.
In such a long season, it's a big game, I guess, like this, too, for your confidence moving forward as a team.
That's good. I mean, for us, I think that it brings a lot of, self-awareness. I think we know that we can play with the best of them. I think tonight we did a good job of just, playing our game.
Russ, the way they play such team concept, did you come in with more focus? I mean, it just seemed like from the start you guys were playing together, playing well.
I mean, yeah, we play like that. To me, I think when we play like that, ain't too many teams that can beat us but ourselves. And I think tonight was one of those nights we did a good job of just, playing our game, do what we do best, and, that's defend and try to get easy transition points.
Do you feel like this is a good matchup for you guys, too, that you have answers for them and maybe they have some areas where they don't have as many answers for you guys?
Yeah, it's a great matchup, but, good thing they're in the East, so we only got to play them one more time as for now. So.
Gus, when you get to sit at the end, what do you watch? What's going through your mind?
End of where?
At the end of the game with the other guys in?
Oh, man, just to let them, play and build their confidence up. During that time, you want to go out there and give it your all and show the coach that he can put you in and be ready to play.
Russell, George Hill looked like, you were exploiting a lot with that matchup. Was there anything in particular that on both ends of the floor that was working for you against him?
I just try to use my body, man. Just try to use, my strength to my advantage. And, George Hill is a good player, but, tonight just try to use that to my advantage.
So there you have it, a very happy locker room as the Thunder now move to 15-4 on the season. The Pacers drop down to 18-3. Thunder on the road now for back-to-backs on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then they will be back here at the Peak for a game with the Lakers on Friday, and Kobe Bryant made his debut of the season tonight for the Lakers in Toronto. That ought to be fun. We'll keep you updated right here on ThunderGameReport.com.